Anyone that watches my videos know I do videos on life in the Philippines, and I do some craft videos. Lately I've been doing quite a bit of marbled paper videos. I'm going to tell you a little story about the marbled paper. It's been mentioned before, but I'm going to get into it a little bit more because I'm going to start a set of videos about starting an online business. And this is kind of neat because I'm going to show the motivation from the very beginning of what we did. We were at a little market, and I'm at one of the markets in Tunco that's in my videos out there. We're down in the market walking through, and I saw seaweed out by the place where they're selling the fish. I saw the seaweed there, and I asked Myra, I said, what do they use that seaweed for? She said, I eat it. She said, I love it. She said, I like that kind right there. And she pointed to a specific type of seaweed. And I was thinking, when I make marbled paper in the United States, I used a seaweed in it, carrageenan. But if you buy it in a powder form, refined, and you add it to water and put it in a blender and mix it all up, let it sit, and it makes a sizing, a thickened solution that you can paint that you put your paint on top of it and it floats. Well, on this floating paint that you put on the surface, you basically stir it with a stick or with a comb. They call it a rake when you're marbling, to make your patterns. Then you lay your paper on top. And when you pick your paper up, you've got that pattern transferred to your paper. Now it sounds real simple, except we didn't have the right paint. We tried to use seaweed that I'd never used before. The ox gall, when I tried to find a store that sold it, I found no place that sold it over here. There's one place that would get it in for me. So we set out to find out what we could do. We boiled the seaweed first, and we did see it thickened up. And I got ahead of myself with the other stuff. We boiled the seaweed that we got at the market, and it did thicken. It got so thick, in fact, when you dip the paper in, that it run off like syrup. It stuck all over it. It's on video, one of my earlier videos on the marbling. But we thinned it out and boiled it. We tried it a couple of times before we finally found out how to boil it just right to get it thick enough that you could float the paint on it, but it still didn't stick to the paper. Then we had to experiment with the paints, and I'm saying Myra did an awful lot of this. I say 90% to tell the truth. The first time we put it in the thick stuff and got a pattern on it, she liked it, and she says, this is mine. I remember her saying, this is mine. I'm going to learn it. And she was embarrassed because she says, we failed on the video. And she really set out to learn it. And she makes she knows how to do the sizing just perfect now. She has her own paint that she makes. She makes the paint base. We do put tinting in it, but she makes the base for the paint. She gets ox gall at the local slaughterhouse, and she has experimented until she is making some really, really beautiful marbles. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Some of the designs are totally different than anything, well, most of them are totally different than anything you've ever seen before, because she is not jaded to what marble is supposed to look like. She just wants to make a pretty design. We've actually named some of the designs, the different specific designs. There's some that look like fish bone or like eel bone in them. There's other ones that look like pebbles in a stream. There's other ones that look like big pebbles and small pebbles, and waves of the water and flames, and she just has come up with her own designs that she's using, and the marbles are absolutely beautiful. It's kind of neat because there's no influence of what marbles are supposed to look like. Her marbles are so good, in fact, that I started scanning these, and now she has about 700 marbles that I have scanned. I decided to put these on CD and offer them for sale. A CD I'll put a couple hundred marbles on, probably 250 marbles on a CD, and our plan is to put 6 out right now. I've got 3 of them almost completed. I was all ready to burn one. I got looking at it, and I don't like the way I did my file structure on the CD. And I called the directories by the dates that we made the paper. And it was nice for me, but it's not very nice for somebody buying the CD, because they don't care about the date. They want to know, is that a light marble? Is that a dark marble? Is that an enhanced paper you're using? And we decided to be a little more practical with the naming of the directories. And CD will be ready. I'm doing the artwork now for the packaging of it. I've experimented with a couple of different things. I finally found the packaging appearance I like, and I decided to do this whole thing on video. Hey, we're going to do a business. We're going online. We're making online business. This is how we started. This is the motivation. I'm very lucky with a few things that I do know how to do websites. I know blogging. I do my own graphics, of course. So I've got everything I need to do except for the audience to buy the papers. And I'm going to say hello to everybody and watch this business go. Either it fails in front of everybody, and I'm right here to say, hey, it's not going to make it, or you get to see a business start from absolutely nothing and make it on internet. This is the first video where I actually say, hey, this is going to be a viable business, and I'm going to push it as much as I can and try to make this where it's a decent income from Myra. I'm all set. I don't need anything, but it would be very nice if she could get herself an income coming from making her marbles. Her sons, I'm going to sit down and teach how to do the video end and the graphic end of it. So this is going to be quite a project, and it's going to be fun. Subscribe and watch what takes place here. I've already found myself a company that'll burn the CDs. They will package them and it will drop ship them for me. It's located in the United States, so I don't have to ship these CDs from here. They're only about 3 or 4 days away from anybody that wants a CD. And my scanning is beautiful. I've got 300 dots per inch scanning at 11. Another thing I changed. My original size of my scans is 8.5 by 11.5. And I found out, I have sold a few marbles, and I found out it's kind of a problem to some people that don't know how to print that. So I have to convert all my marbles to the 8.5 by 11. The bigger, it's nice, and I think I'll make those available to anybody that wants to do the large sheets of paper. But the most common paper that's used in the United States is 8.5 by 11. So I have to convert all my PDFs to 8.5 by 11. So I've got a bit of a project before the CD is actually offered, but it's I plan on the 16th. I say on the 16th, I think I will have it ready to sell and make the first offering out there. So, hey, again, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe and watch this.